Darfur has descended into a catastrophic humanitarian emergency. Women and girls are suffering under dire conditions, famine-level hunger, indiscriminate bombardments, sexual violence and collapsing services, with reports of families surviving on animal feed and tree leaves. Urgent international attention is now essential. Joining us live from Port Sudan is Salvator Nkurunziza, who's the UN Women Representative for Sudan, to shed a little bit more light on this unfolding crisis and how UN Women is responding. Salvator, thanks very much indeed for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Perhaps we can start by, if you can paint a picture for us of what a typical day looks like for women and girls that are trapped in Fasher after more than 500 days under siege.
Well, after 500 days of siege, life for women and girls in Fasher is about survival. Despite the communications challenges, we got the chance from time to time to get in touch, to hear from our partners, women who represent women-led organizations. Many have described the situation and sufferings. Fasher ran out of food. Women cook animals' fodders to feed their children. Water means hours in a queue, sometimes working at the dawn or after dark to avoid gunfire, knowing the route can bring harassment or worse. Girls are out of schools. Many girls are exposed to sexual violence, of exploitations, and survivors can't reach post-rape because most of health facilities were destroyed. That is the reality today for women and girls in Fasher. Hunger, fear, and a constant movement, but also an extraordinary effort to keep families and communities alive.
We're hearing, as you've just said, about this alarming escalation of sexual violence that's being reported. How widespread is this? Do we have any idea? And what sort of protections are there, if any, to help these women and girls?
Well, everything that sustains women and girls has collapsed. Severely restricted humanitarian access left Fasher isolated as a city without any aid, food, or medical supplies to arrive in the city. Mothers skip meals. Female-headed households are the hungriest. Healthcare, no obstetrical healthcare has collapsed. No obstetric care, no post-rape treatment. The siege is the main challenge, as no humanitarian agency is even able to deliver assistance. The humanitarian aid heading to Fasher has been attacked 2 months ago, and nothing has been able to reach the Fasher. The health system is not working. The health supply cannot reach Fasher. The humanitarian workers has been killed and continue to be under threat, regardless the efforts to continue provide health services within the very, very terrible and difficult condition. Then there haven't been any humanitarian agencies able to deliver aid to the people of Fasher.
Despite these severe constraints, local women-led organizations and volunteers remain active. How is UN Women supporting these courageous efforts on the ground?
Well, the women-led organization in Fasher are the backbone of the survival under siege. And the UN Women support them then with flexible funding, capacity, building, and protection. Before the war, we were present in Fasher, partnering with the 3 women-led organizations and El Fasher University. We stayed with them as the fighting escalate, providing funding, institutional support, and the technical accompaniment so they could keep communal kitchens running without any other external assistance. They have to maintain safe spaces and reach women and girls with the basic services. In 2023-2024 alone, more than 2,488 women and girls in El Fasher benefited from the services supported by UN Women. The siege has made this work extraordinarily dangerous, but it has not stopped it. Today, our support focuses on three main things. One, financing and the capacity. We provide flexible support to women-led organizations to keep frontline activities alive. Whether that is food preparation and the distribution, psychosocial counseling, first aid, dignity kit, or community protection networks. Second, protection and care for carers. We stand behind the volunteers, women who face threats simply for organizing by helping them with basic operating needs and by advocating for their safety and unhindered access. Beyond El Fasher, since the start of the conflict, we have supported 45 women-led organizations across Sudan, enabling them to restart or sustain their activities in 16 states, including Darfur, including conflict-affected areas. So that's what we have been doing, and we continue to do, regardless of the situation that is very alarming in El Fasher and elsewhere in the country.
Earlier, you mentioned medical facilities becoming a challenge. The Saudi Maternal Teaching Hospital in El Fasher was attacked earlier this year, and we believe that it resulted in mass casualties and further limiting medical care. What has this meant for women in need of reproductive and maternal health services?
Well, it's very alarming. Pregnant women are delivering from home with no skilled assistance. In case of complication, they have no way to go, fear of insecurity on the way, or simply because all the health services or health or supplies are not working. As I said earlier, the humanitarian workers has been explicitly targeted to contribute in the world. So obstructions, bombarding health services, schools, facilities, markets, everything has been used as a weapon of war.
The UN has described the crisis as a gender emergency. Can you explain that term and what it means in the context of this war and how it shapes UN Women's response strategy?
Indeed, the conflict and the war is not gender-free. The target to women, rape, sexual and conflict-related sexual violence has been used as a weapon of war. UN Women is advocating for ceasefire. We raise the voice of the women and the girls that are suffering from rape, gang rapes, gender-based violence, all forms, including intimidation and kidnapping. So UN Women, with the support with the other UN agencies and the government, have signed a framework to stop and respond to sexual to conflict-related violence. This is a framework that calls for accountability. It's a framework that the government, the UN agencies, the UN system come together to respond and call the international community for ceasefire and comply with the UN Security Council 1325 that call for protection, that call for participation of women in the peace processes. So that's how UN Women is responding through advocacy, through raising a voice of the suffering of the women in El Fasher, by bringing other UN system and the government to work together to ceasefire, to call for the ceasefire, and call the international community to comply and not keep silent to the suffering of women and girls in El Fasher.
Salvator, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very, very much indeed for that very, very important update on the situation in Darfur. Thanks for your time.
You are welcome. Thank you.
That was Salvator Nkurunziza, the UN Women's Representative for Sudan, speaking to us about the dire situation facing women that are and girls that are trapped in Al Fasher in Darfur.